Hello, Sushi here, and today I'm gonna review a game that I played against Father Pook I2. You did not just you did not just see what popped up there. So anyway, so this guy just kind of asked for a game on Discord, and I had no idea what his level was. He's 1500 provisional account. My account's provisional as well. I've only played one rated game. So a lot of these players, they come in, they're like 5 to 800, and they ask for games. So I could have been 500, could have been 2,000. Like I don't know. I didn't know this person's level. So he just challenges. It's a 12 plus 3 game, 12 minutes, 3-second increments. Um, so we play standard e4 e5, and I play the Petrov defense. So the idea with this opening is I allow the capture to happen. A really popular move, kind of at my level, is a Stafford Gambit, and it's extremely dangerous. It's a give up this pawn, move the knight here, knight takes, open up. You got 2 open bishops and nice development, all for the pawn. So I don't play that way. I play the standard Petrov, and the idea is to reset this knight back and get the pawn back. So the idea with this kind of an opening is we've created this kind of open e-file. So oftentimes white will put a lot of pressure onto this knight, and black will kind of like defend the knight. Um, and oftentimes there's a lot of kind of tension on e4. So white tries to get some sort of victory by loading up in this square, and black tries to load up on the tension and at some point release the tension and get off a lot of trades and get kind of an even game. Um, the thing is, at my level, pretty much no one plays the main line. The two moves that so the main line here is what my opponent played, d4. The move that I see the most, the two moves, is queen over here, in which case I have to block here, because then this pin is a big threat, and you can win my knight by attacking the knight with a pawn and taking advantage of the pin. So this is one move that I see, and then another move is to just kick the knight out. I gotta move the knight back, and we just kind of like play chess from here. So this is indeed the main line, and then I anchor the knight in. I do not want to allow the pawn to move even further. That's just asking for trouble. Um, so here my opponent's time usage, I didn't really notice it this game, but his time usage is very interesting. Okay, I can't see the time usage here, but anyway, he, this is probably at my level, like I don't see mainline stuff. So I pretty much never play the main lines that I basically kind of studied and know. So this person started playing mainline stuff. Bishop pressuring this guy. Yeah, even this pawn move, it's the main line, but no one at my level plays it. So at this point, I was getting a little bit worried. Like, this person is not, he's definitely not like 600 player. He knows the main line. He's probably at least like 1800. Because honestly, like I'm 1500. My peak at chess.com was 1630. That was my peak. And I've never seen mainline stuff. So this person's got to be at least like 1800. Anywhere from 1800 to Grandmaster. So that's kind of like what I was thinking at this point. Like, oh no, like this person knows what I'm doing, so I have to play well. So castle, castle. I'm not afraid of bishop captures, because giving up the bishop for the knight and also giving me this really annoying pawn is just not good. Even if you could target the pawn like that, it's still it's kind of like not the best move. Yeah, so attacking this pawn, I need to reinforce it. And here there's all sorts of things that white can do. I think closing the center like this is something that can happen. I think just leaving the tension, because I can't take, because this knight will be hanging. Just leaving it here and developing like normal, that's an option as well. Or another thing is bringing the queen out, either to form the battery or like moving it here to pressure this pawn a little bit. So those are some options. My opponent takes right away. And what this does is that we both have this kind of a pawn weakness. And like I don't know if you know, Stockfish kind of understands this idea. Later on, this would become an issue, and you'll see. And I don't think I've ever played, even against bots, I haven't really played this kind of exchange version of it. But this opponent, totally not Stockfish, takes advantage of it like later on, and it becomes very nice here. This is a move that's pretty good. I'm a little bit lucky that I don't have my bishop all the way out here. So you can see what this move does. This pawn got kind of like separated from its friends. So this knight move, not only does it develop a knight, it instantly hits a pawn. So I'm not really sure. I think I could have moved back to defend it, but I believe I just take here. So now this is sort of a pawn weakness, but you can kind of like get rid of your weakness, and you know it's all right. Yeah. So I just develop like normal, targeting this pawn, all pretty natural moves. And here, I think I wanted to prevent knight here, but I think this was the beginning of the end. So here, I did not see the idea of this sway back move. It's kind of bad on me for not realizing it. There's actually like multiple ideas here. So the primary idea, so my idea here is that I wanted to pin the knight, and then go for this kind of hitting this square over here. So that was my idea. The idea with this sway back move is first, it's got multiple ideas. It's a very nice move. First of all, it threatens checkmate, and I've spent a lot of time here thinking what to do, and I think I played the only defense, which is here. But this is a bit of a concession, and it's defended by this and this, but it's a bit of a concession. You know, every time we move the f pawn, this diagonal gets weakened, right? So, but I wasn't too scared of it because I had a pawn blocking this kind of check, and there was no way to get the queen, say, over here, or even the light square bishop over here. So here, Stockfish is very happy with me making the concession. Okay, taking the open file first. I think I just wanted to connect the rooks here. And here you can see the idea, and I didn't really see a way to defend this. Yeah, I just kind of got into desperation mode. I did not see a way to defend this. So you can see like many moves ago, when this exchange happened, right at the opening, when Stockfish pushed c4 and took immediately, this is kind of like the idea. Creating the battery, creating the weakness, and then taking advantage of the weakness with this kind of unguardable threat. And it does a bit more, and now this pawn is a bit of a target as well. Like the rook stared at it, so you can see like every move has a purpose and kind of like feeds into each other. The rook moving over here, it hits this pawn, which becomes an issue after this pawn goes. Like you know, like everything is kind of like leading into each other, and so now the fork is threatened. But I didn't really see a way to guard against that. A lot of unguardable threats, so I just sacked the rook. I knew I was like completely cooked here. So here I thought it was pretty good because I forked these two pieces, and I felt like the light square bishop is extremely dangerous. These two pieces are going to be the end of me because there's a lot of things. The bishop can even swing back over here and deliver checkmate this way. So here the knight sack. Yeah, the Stockfish agrees that this bishop is better than the rook. So Stockfish sacrifices the rook here in order to keep the bishop alive, and then reinforces the threat of checkmate. And at this point, I'm just completely cooked. Like, this doesn't do anything. Like, the threat is still there. Check, and yeah. Check here. I had no way of doing anything. Because if I ever went to the back row, there's check and then here. But knowing this opponent, I don't think... The opponent probably wouldn't even take the rook. There's probably some sort of checkmate somewhere. So I moved up. I moved back. This is a nice move too, reinforcing the checkmate threats. And here I just get checkmated here. So that was a good game. It's I mean, I still don't have much mainline Petrov experience with like a human opponent, but yeah, this was pretty good, pretty educational. Um, where I went wrong, I'll have to review like the computer lines. I'm not really sure. Oh, I think I went wrong here. Not realizing this idea. I think the idea to block it was I think I had to move my knight here. So had I moved instead of this queen move, I think I could have went knight here, and then knight here to block the diagonal. But even then, like tar- this is still an issue. This is still an issue. So I still have a lot of issues to deal with. But had I done this maneuver, I wouldn't have been instantly dead. So yeah, that was a good game. Sometimes it's good to play against Stockfish. So yeah, GG.